Hi, friends. How are you today? I hope you're doing well and you're getting all your work done and you're happy and healthy and getting outside if you can and having some fun. So, today we're going to read a new story. The title of this book, the big book, is called Lifesize. Lifesize. What does that mean? When something is life size, it's the size it is in real life. So this story is going to talk and show us about some animals and the size they would actually be if you saw them. Not on a TV, not on an iPad, not on a computer, but if you went and visited an animal, this is the size they would be. Interesting. The author and the illustrator, so the person who writes the words and draws the pictures, is Sophie Hen. That's a funny name, Sophie Hen. I like that name. So what is this a picture of on the front cover of the book? This is a face of a panda. If you met a panda, this would be the size of its head and face. See? Big, right? Compared to my head, it's big. Or my face. It's actually just his face. All right, let's see. I'm so excited to read this story to you today. This book is huge. How am I going to fit this? There are so many wonderful creatures on this planet, from teeny tiny to utterly gigantic. But just how teeny tiny or utterly gigantic are they? Well, in this book, you can see for yourself, because every time you see the word life size, you will know you are looking at an animal or part of an animal that is the actual size, for real. So let's go on a life-size adventure and see how you measure up against some of the world's most amazing animals. Here's a life-size bee, hummingbird. Isn't it tiny? Can you guys see it? See it right there? It's tiny, right? In fact, it is the world's smallest bird, and it can beat its wings a super speedy 80 times per second. Try flapping your arms that fast. You think we could try? Let's try. Ready? 80 beats per second. And go. One. Oh, nope, we can't do it. Holy moly. What is that? High five a polar bear. Put your paw on the polar bear's life-size paw to see who's the biggest. Can you see this paw, guys? It takes up the whole computer. So here's Miss Mulkey's hand, and here's a polar bear's paw. It is the entire size of this page, so it's pretty huge. Polar bears live in a place called the Arctic, which is rather chilly. Brrr. Huge paws help spread their weight on the snow and ice. Who else lives here? Do you remember what this animal's called? We talked about it in school when we learned about Arctic animals. It's a narwhal. A narwhal's tusk is actually a tooth that grows through the top of its lip. Ouch! It can be over 8 feet long. These life-size lampreys have 11 to 12 rows of teeth. That's a lot of brushing before bedtime. Ew, I don't like the way they look. Try a life-size Toco toucan's beak. Hold it up to the side of your nose. How does it look? So that is the actual size of a toucan's beak compared to my nose. Can you see? Although I have a pretty big nose, this is still a large beak. The Toco toucan lives in a hot, leafy forest of Cuba. Its super snazzy beak makes up 1/3 of its total size. That's like you having a beak that's half as tall as you are. Cuban parakeets are really sociable. This life-size parakeet is enjoying the shade and looking for some parakeet friends to play with. Do you see the parakeet? Look how big it is. It's like that big. Look, a flamboyance of flamingos. Aren't these life-size toadies pretty? Their bright feathers aren't just for show. They are for camouflage in the colorful Cuban forest. So that's this bird right here. They're so cute. This book is huge. Oh, what is this thing? Looking at you. Holy moly. You are eye to eye with a life-size giant squid. Turn the page and look through the hole to see how you would look with a giant squid eye. Oh, that's awesome. It's huge. It's bigger than my head. So it says turn the page and look through. It is literally bigger than both my eyes. And that's just the middle of his eye. Giant squid live near the bottom of oceans where it is very dark. This is where having the largest eyes on the planet come in handy. Big eyes help them to see better in the dark, which is useful when they're on the lookout for lunch. Who else lives down here? So they have the biggest eyes on the planet. Oh my goodness. Oh, what is that? Can anybody guess what that is? Look at the coloring. And look at those sharp teeth. Roar! What makes that sound? A Bengal tiger. Hold the book under your nose to see what you would look like with a giant life-size tiger roar. Let's see. Do you see it? Roar! Just kidding, it's Miss Mulkey. Did you think I was a tiger for a second? Oh my gosh, this book is huge. Most Bengal tigers live in the vast forests of India. But it's easy for them to stay in touch as their roars can be heard up to 2 miles away. What other animals can you spot? What's that guy up there? A mama and a baby. Gray langur monkeys and chital deer are great friends, warning each other if there are any predators coming. Oh, there's the deer, and there's the monkeys. Here's a leaf. Is that a leaf? What do you guys think? Not really. It's a life-size leaf insect. These clever insects pretend to be leaves so they can hide from predators. So sneaky. Like camouflage, right? Stick your tongue out at a life-size giraffe. Whose tongue is the longest? Whose tongue's longer, mine or the giraffe's? Look. Giraffes. That is a really long tongue. It's like the size of my arm. Cheetahs are completely dotty. No, really. They each have up to 3,000 spots. See them here? African elephants are the largest land animals on the planet. They also have the biggest ears, which they flap to keep them cool. Giraffes live on the hot, grassy plains of Africa. They are the world's tallest animals, so it makes sense that they have an extraordinary long tongue. This helps them to reach the leaves on trees. Yum! What other animals live here? Look at this little guy. That's his life-size. This life-size male rainbow lizard is usually reddish-brown, but it turns rainbow color to impress female lizards. It's showing off. What are those? Try these life-size kangaroo ears on for size. Hold them up to your forehead and jump around a bit. You're practically a kangaroo. Let's see. Aww, I look so cute. I love them. I want kangaroo ears. Pop, pop. Red kangaroos live in the hot and dusty Australian outback. Their big, pointy ears can swivel to pick up sounds from all around. What other creatures live here? Look at this little guy over here. He's scary looking. To get out of the hot sun, this life-size desert scorpion can burrow up to 3 feet down in a twirly spiral. Phew! Excuse me. There's one more over here. Can you see him? The fancy frill-necked lizard opens its mouth and pushes out its frill to scare away other animals. It says, boo. The end. I hope you enjoyed the story today of all of our life-size animals around the world. And I cannot wait to see you next time. Bye, friends.